Hey y'all, welcome back. Another candidate from Olight as far as the top of the line EDC lights coming out. Olight, a good name in lights, a well-known name in lights. 3, 2, 1. Hey folks, welcome back. Olight sent us another candidate here to maybe knock somebody off the top of the EDC carry light list. We'll have to see. Of course, you know Olight, they're a big name in lights. We got EDC lights, we got pistol-mounted lights, etc., etc. They've been around a while, and they're a pretty good name in lights. I've used a couple of them. But this is the Arc Pro Ultra flashlight. They sent me this for the purpose of this review, and they said this is their flagship model. So we're going to open it up and see what's in the box, and then we're going to take it and give it a little test run and see how things work with it. It's the packaging is remarkable. I mean, these boxes are not cheap. That's a high dollar piece of packaging just for a flashlight. Look at this thing. You've got a little built-in map of your buttons and settings right here on the top. You want to charge it to activate before first use. We'll do that. We're going to take it out and take a look at it. But here's the initial look. This clip, I tell you, I've looked at about 3 lights this last couple weeks, and all of them, the clip is not a second thought on these lights. I mean, they put some work into these. These are like up there with your finer knives that you'd pocket carry. Not just some cheap, flimsy metal. That is a solidly built clip, and it's got some spring to it. The texturing on the side's really nice. It's the finish on the whole light looks really great. Let's see if we can get this map off here and take a closer look at it. Well, not yet. Let me see. We can pull off the... Okay, there's your... you got a lens cover on there. That's nice. I do want to keep that so I can see where the buttons and the settings are on here. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Right there. Yeah, okay. So, laser up. Much like my Klein knife I just looked at, this one has a laser as well, so that's pretty sweet. Again, with the warnings on laser beams, even if they're little laser pointers, don't point it in your eye or anybody else's eye. It's a bad way to go for eyesight. It'll burn your retinas out pretty quick. UV light, pure flood, spot, center button. And the selector rotates. Okay, that's something different. Instead of different buttons, you get a selector. Is that going to last through the usage? We don't know. We'll have to see. Anyway, we're going to charge her up, and we're going to take her out and put her through the paces tonight. So, or at least when it's dark. Well, we kind of got ahead of ourselves. We didn't finish looking at what's in the box. So we've got a information card, it looks like. This is, all right, there's your settings and you got an app you can download, Olight, your specs, your user manual type thing. It gives you your modes, UV light mode, red light mode, laser mode, and white light mode. All good information, and look at this charger. All right, so that's the charger we need to activate it and whatever. So we will plug this in and get back to you with the real McCoy here in a little bit. For you, it'll be seconds. For me, it could be a little bit. All right, guys. We'll be back with a hands-on test and review of the Olight Arc Pro Ultra. Hey, folks, we're back downrange here in the boneyard for another nighttime test. It's not quite as dark. It's a good ways past twilight. So we're going to give it the once-over. This is the Olight Arc Pro Ultra. Now, you know, the days of cheap flashlights coming out of China that don't really work are over, I think. This thing is a nice, solid little bar style EDC carry. Got the pocket clip. Got all the features. This one has UV, spot, flood, and a laser. Let's take a look at the laser right quick. There we go. There's your laser feature. And this one, instead of just having straight buttons, has a roll knob here that Moves you between the settings. I think this is your spot. That's UV, which you can't hardly see without. You can see it a little bit. It's fluorescing some stuff on the ground here. And then, oh, there's your spot. Okay, middle section is flood. This is spot, and there's also a button that works through the settings, I think. But this one is a double clicker. So there's lower, high, low again. Then we'll get the flood. Same story. Double click it, it powers up. Double click, power down. On single clicks, just turn it on and off. So yeah, there's nothing there. And that's it. And then I don't know that the UV light has anything other than just straight UV on there. So if you can see that, it's some kind of little insulation foam that fluoresces pretty nice with the UV light, which is a nice trick. I didn't plan that. It just showed up. So that's a good one. Yeah, double click it, you still just get a single power of UV light. So there you go. The Olight Ark Pro Ultra. Now I did check the price, and this is kind of spendy for a flashlight, but I think it's worth it. I mean, this would be a great EDC kit flashlight. It's solid. It's got the made of something on here that I haven't looked up yet, but I meant to and figure out what they're talking about with that. It feels like aluminum, like anodized aluminum. Got a USB charger on the side here. So anyway, I tried to get it a little lighter today, and I've been doing quite a bit of flashlights lately, and I thought we'd try one with a little less darkness. Hey folks, I've taken the Olight Ark Pro with me to work a couple of nights, and I've done a couple of tests in the darkness around the shop and the boneyard out there. Found some interesting features that you don't see a lot on other lights so far. You got this rotating switch now on this model, which you don't get on a lot of. Most of them are, yeah, you got a push button, and you've got that here, but you can push the button, and then you can rotate between your UV light, which you may not. Let's dim it all the way for just a moment. So you've got a UV light here, which is quite interesting. You got your flood is the middle section, and then you got spot on the other side. Well, here's the interesting part. You can see around your bezel there, it lights up and tells you. Let's see if we can get her back going here. On the right side here is a green one. It's hard to kind of see here, but that's your battery gauge, and then next to it, in the white section on the left side, let's see. As you push the button and cycle through your powers, could you see that? The white side, that tells you kind of at a glance what power. That tells you at a glance what power you're sitting on. So when you double press it, your UV light gets a little brighter or a little more wide application. And then as you go off, you lose your white listing on the side, or your white gauge on the side there. So there's full power. There's lower power. Kind of hard to see there, I know. See it go up like that? Let's do the spot because it's a little easier to see what we got going on there. So there you got mid-range, off. If you not double click, but long click, you move up through the power cycle. There's low. There's medium. So you got like two little flashies on the side there. And there's full blast right there. And your arrows pop up there. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. You can just tell at a glance. Of course, it doesn't stay on very long when you switch it through your settings. So there's, you got a full spot, magnum spot, and then down to your low spot. So yeah, interesting. And then I've been reading up on this little symbol at the bottom here. Let's lighten her back up again. And it says, this is the Arc Beat. The glowing symbol briefly pulses when activated, changing color based on how long you've used the flashlight. So I guess I need to look into that a little more. I didn't notice it until just now, but I don't see it lit up. Well, okay, there it's a white spot, and I guess if you get all the way to purple, you've used it quite a while, and maybe that's another battery indicator, but kind of weird. You got a battery right there telling you what's going on. Anyway, though, this is a really nice little light. I've been pocket carrying this in my pants pocket, front pocket, like you would, you know, your EDC knife. And it's pretty handy. It's not in the way. Of course, if you got a knife in your pocket with you, you're going to have a little competition for which one wants to ride better. I think I showed this earlier. This one, instead of having the USB cover, you know, dangle off the side, it's on a hinge. So that's pretty nice right there. That way, you don't got to try to fight it to get it back lined up. You just pop it back down. And I believe it seals up in there. It's got the, well, maybe not. It may not be 100% waterproof seal, but of course nothing is really. But it does flip back conveniently like that. And there's just a little indentation to get your finger up underneath it. On your other side is your laser button. I found out after looking at it, you can keep your laser on, which is kind of weird. I didn't think you could do that on, oh, I didn't think that was a great idea. On my Klein light, I didn't notice that you could do that, but I have to go back and look now. But yeah, if you, from off, turn it on, if you just hold it, then you got a temporary light. Let the button go. Let me see. Let's see if we can get them both in there at once. Yeah, there you go. On, off. But then if you short click it, it stays on. You could leave it on there, which maybe not. And then I think if you hold long press once it's on, you can get it goes in between high and low. And I guess, yep, there you go. So now you got the high powered laser beam going. That's pretty nice. I'll tell you another thing I like about this. It's got the magnetic snap-on charger. You can charge USB style, but so yeah, it comes with a really nice USB charger that is, you know, got the magnetic just pops on, and Bob's your uncle. You're charging now. That's a pretty nice little setup. They also do include the USB to USB-C connector, so you can charge it. But man, I put this in the truck the other day going to work to charge it, and it popped right on there. It was nice. I'm like, that's a handy little feature right there. Olight Arc Pro Ultra flashlight. This thing is really nice. It is well designed, well thought out, and well put together. This pocket clip, sturdy. You ain't going to bend that one up without severe damage to everything else, probably including yourself. Also, Olight made of OAL, which is apparently a proprietary aluminum alloy that Olight has come up with. At least that's what the literature says. And don't forget, if I confused you on any of the operational parameters of the light, it's in the instructions owner's manual in here. All right, folks, there it is, the Olight Arc Pro Ultra flashlight, their flagship model, they're saying. It's a pretty nice little setup. I'm going to give it some more testing, but that's what I got so far, and I hope you guys like it. Thanks for watching.